right, YouTube? This is Mr. Mean coming at you this fine Monday afternoon. Put better light on there so you can see my handsomeness. Whoa, getting chubby. I'm getting old. Don't get old, folks. Stay young and spry. Anywho's, if you couldn't tell, I can't turn that way. Today's video du jour is Pathfinder bestiary cards. I was on the Paizo forums today, as a matter of fact, on my lunch break, and I saw people talking about these and how they were $79.99 for, I believe it's, we'll just pull it over. Oh my God, they're heavy. I think it's 500 cards. 500 cards. I did take the shrink wrap off. I just got back from the UPS store, so I got this in the mail. $79.99, $80 plus tax. I ordered on Amazon. Only reason is I ordered it early so I could get it right away. Here's the difference: Amazon versus Paizo, same cost, didn't save any money. Shipping, of course, was free because I have a Prime account, but technically you pay for that because what, Prime's $140 a year now, 135, 140. So if you think about how much stuff I order, which is not a lot anymore, I probably paid more in shipping for this, maybe. I'm not quite sure. But the flip side is, if I would have ordered it from Paizo, I definitely would have paid more because shipping would have been at, whatever the going rate is for Paizo. Plus, I'd have got the PDFs. I don't really need the PDFs. I have the PDF of the monster manual. I can print the monster manual as I need it. I guess the good deal would be with the PDF is I could probably print the cards or import the cards into Foundry, but I already have the PDF bestiary, and on top of that, they updated it to the Monster Core for the Pathfinder remastered data set from Paizo through Foundry. So I don't really feel like I need it. I have access to all the monsters, as I need them, but 500 stat cards in that, and then this one had 450, and this was $59.99, and I thought $60 at the time for a bunch of overgrown poker cards was expensive because the card stock isn't that thick. I mean, it's okay. And I'm covering up the mic, so hopefully that didn't just garble out. My mic needs to charge, so I have it plugged in on a little stand down here. I will say I got a lot of use out of these when I was running the non-remastered Pathfinder. And I did use them for remastered Pathfinder. I just, what I did is I just made a note on a 3x5 card and kept it there. But to be honest, not a whole lot's changed. So I can't see the justification for raising it, $20 from 59. You might as well say 60 to 80. Are they nice to have? Oh, indubitably. They are very convenient at the table, especially if you're a visual GM like I am and you like to put up. I put the card on my GM screen with a little bit of poster tack so the monster's facing them so they can see what they're fighting. If it's a major encounter, if it's a trivial encounter, I don't bother with it. But the card stock is pretty good. Like, here is the Arbiter, Aeon Arbiter. So this is from regular Pathfinder 2e, and it's, you can hear it. It's poker. It's a little thinner than a poker card. Now I have not opened up the new Monster Core battle cards, and I'm curious. And someone posted on the forum, and I thought this was a very good point. Counterpoint is they posted, come on, Paizo, $80 for some cards. You already have all the art. They do have all the art. I mean, they already did all the art. They have all the text in the stat box. It's not like they had to pay somebody to make these. They already pretty much had them. Yeah, they had to update a couple of cards. So the text on the back is different. But it is basically the same thing. So, and as you can see, I have the second set Bestiary 2, still shrink wrapped. Never opened it. Just never had a need for it. So, there you go. So here's the Monster Core. And there's the back. I'll hold it up so you want to read it and kind of get the glare off. You can pause it and read it. But yeah, someone had made the point that said, come on, Paizo, you've already got the art, you've already got all the text. I mean, this should have been a minor upgrade. What I personally would have liked to have seen is just a pack of updating the cards that changed, because not everything changed. From what I've seen, most of the cards are exactly the same from the, at least from the Bestiary Core and these cards. Some stuff has changed a little bit, but not much. So, and this is all there. Oh, wow. And this is obnoxious. They're individually shrink wrapped in packs of like 25. So not only do you have to, you're wasting plastic there, Paizo. Come on. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Paizo. I think they're a great company. I like what they do. If I can get into this, where's my knife? Remember, always cut towards Buddy. I love these monster cards. I think they are, for the busy GM or just in general for game masters in general, I think they're great. I wish more companies did it. I think D&D has a set as well. So what did I do with the other card? Did I put it back in the box? I didn't drop it. Let's see here. Yeah, put it back in the box like a dummy. Alrighty, so first off, the first thing I notice is they went from the Paizo like parchment look to basically a cream, whitish off-white eggshell. And I'm not gonna lie, I like the first edition cards better. Let me get that over there. I like this card better. This is just very generic looking. But the art is pretty much the same. Looks like it's been updated a little bit. Let me get my readers here. Yeah, well, you know what? In all fairness, I'm going to play point counterpoint here. Some of the text, all the text on the cards changed because, before we had lawful, neutral, tiny, aeon, inevitable, and monitor. And now it's just tiny, aeon, and monitor. They lost detect alignment, so +7 to perception. Languages are the same. Skills are exactly the same. The stats are exactly the same. Locate inevitable is exactly the same. They just rearrange the wording a little bit. Items, short sword. Hit points are all the same. Immunities are all the same. Stats are, speed is still the same. Melee, +7, short sword, agile, finesse, magical, reach, 0 feet, versatile, still the same there. Damage, 1d6 piercing, 1d6 piercing plus 1d4 lawful. So they lose that on this card, but they get electrical burst, which is still the same. It says their spells and stuff. Yeah. 2019 versus 2024. I'm not gonna lie. I like the first edition card better. I like the reddish kind of art. This art is still very similar. I don't know if it's the exact same art. It looks like they reduced it a little bit. Yeah, I believe it's the same art. They just reduced the image size and put a green border around it, that dark green border, which is nice. But the card appeared to be the same thickness. Yeah, they still look the same, and they feel the same. And the cards are exact same size. So I don't know, kids. I think that's an awful lot of money. There's a beetle. I think that's a fire beetle. Flash Beetle. Uh, so did it change enough to warrant a new edition? I'd say yes. I would say yes after realizing about the whole chaotic versus holy and unholy versus chaotic evil neutral blah blah blah. Yeah, but can you still use these cards? Yes, you can. First edition cards, as long as you have access to the core monster manual, they're going to serve you just fine. And of course they're $20 cheaper. Are you going to have the cool, neat, new art, which I think is exactly the same, just shrunk down a little bit? Probably not. I personally don't like the white because I think at the gaming table, at least my table, there's Mountain Dew and there's pizza and there's chocolate snacks and candy of all kinds. So this is going to show dirt a lot easier than the kind of burnt orange or whatever color you want to call that. Are they cool? Yes. Are they a necessity? No. If you have Monster Core, you have everything you need. If you were lucky enough to get the Monster Core through Paizo, you also got the PDF. Or if you bought the PDF separately, you could print these out in 3x5 size. Text would be a little bit small, but you could do it. Even I can read small text with my cheaters on. So, I mean, yeah, I could do it. But I don't know, guys. This is a tough one. I mean, yeah, I bought them. I paid $80 for them. Uh, do I feel good about that? No, not really. I don't. I think they're overpriced. I know printing's gone up, but there's companies here in the US that are printing and not charging an arm and a leg for their books. Troll Lord Games, is doing it, and they're printing all kinds of stuff. Uh, do they accept outside commission print work? I don't know. I don't know what the scoop is there. But I would have to think a company as big as Paizo, if they came and said, hey, we want to print a book. I don't know. Maybe Troll Lords can't print to that volume that they need. I would imagine that is probably it. Troll Lords is a very small company. Um, but they make great products. So it would be interesting to see how that would work out if they could do that. And I know there's printing in the U.S. and with tariff laws and everything going the way they're going, we might just see some more. The cost is going to become prohibitive if things keep going the way they're going, and people are going to start printing in the US because it's just literally going to be cheaper, even with the increased labor cost in the US versus overseas. The tariffs are going to, chew into that profit margin, and most companies aren't going to want to pay that. So, but that's politics, and I don't want to get into politics. I think the cards are cool. I think if you have the disposable income, get them. They're worth it to me. If you don't have the disposable income, then work with the PDF, print off. I've done that in the past. I've printed a monster. I just print the whole page, and I just keep it there behind my GM screen, or in my notes, and I work from that. So, your mileage may vary. I think they're very overpriced for what you get. And I know everyone says, "Oh, well, printing costs have gone up," and da 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 da. Yeah, they have. Um, the flip side is you vote with your wallet. You don't have to pay for that. You don't have to get it. It's a catch 22. I have the discretionary income. I bought it. Do I feel good about it paying $80 for some overgrown poker tarot cards? No, I don't. I kind of feel ripped off, especially now that I've seen the interior and I don't like the color. I would be more apt to use the first edition or the regular Pathfinder second edition cards before uh, Pathfinder 2e core or remastered. I think I would rather use the non remastered cards, but I have them now, so obviously I'm going to use them. Is every monster in there? No, but there is 50 more than what you got in the previous set. And that's because the dragons changed. Um, I don't know if they have as many dragons as they had before. I don't believe it. I think the dragons have reduced due to how Paizo restructured Draconic and all that stuff. So I'm gonna go through the cards a little more thoroughly. I've got a game this Saturday, so I plan on using them if I can. Uh, here's the thing: I'm running an old first edition Pathfinder adventure. Some of the monsters and demons are not in the remastered or the non-remastered book because the adventure was setting agnostic, meaning it could be. I think it was actually written for D&D 3.5, and I mean it's Pathfinder First Edition was 3.75 is what some people called it. That's what I called it. So it's tough. Is it worth the bang for the buck? I think that's a decision you have to make. If you have the discretionary income and you're not going to be hurting, you're going to be able to make your mortgage or your rent payment or whatever, get them. If that's something I'm going to use them. So for me, it was a good purchase. Am I happy about it? No. I think Paizo. I think if they would have raised the price $10, I'd have been okay with that. I think that would because you got 50 more cards, but they're recycling the art. It's less color, so it's cheaper to print. I mean, so everything was a win. They took a lot of text away. I From the two cards I checked, it didn't look like they added text. They took stuff away. So that means less ink, less printing. Does that have an effect on the overall outcome of the print cost? I don't know. I'm not a professional printer. Um, I would like to think so, but I don't know. But when you're printing 30,000 copies or however many copies they printed in this print run, I don't know. I know the first edition, or I shouldn't say first edition, the unremastered uh, bestiary box set one for a while was hard to get a hold of until they made another print run. So again, is it FOMO, the fear of missing out? Do you buy it even though you don't necessarily need it or want it, but it may be hard to get later on down the line? I don't know. That's a decision you have to decide. But I'm gonna say for right now, I'm happy with my purchase, if a little bit jaded, a little bit. I feel like I got screwed over a little bit. They took some color away. They shrunk the image. It's the same art. It would have been cooler if it was new art. And maybe I haven't gone through all the cards. Maybe there is some new art, and I just didn't see it on the cards that I looked through. So I'll give it a better look. And if there's enough changes that I need to come back and revise my opinion, I will. But as it stands right now, yeah, I'm okay with it. I mean, yeah, it's steep. I'm not happy about that. I obviously want to get it cheaper if I can. But in this way, that I didn't know of any other way to get it cheaper. I could have waited for it to come to miniature market and maybe got it for 10% off or something. But I had to wait, and I have a game set. I have 5 days. So if I order it from miniature market, I'm not going to get it for at least a week, sometimes two. So yeah, you know, FOMO, yeah, a little bit. Did I overpay for something that I really don't need? Yeah, I probably did. But am I happy I got it in the long run? Yes, because I'm a completionist and I like to have a full collection. So I'm happy that I have it in my collection. So I'm rambling now. As always, I'm going to ask you to do all those things that YouTube always wants you to do: like and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, if you like this type of content, if this is your first time here, or if you're a longtime viewer and you want to help support the channel, Patreon or buy me a coffee. All the links will be in the doobly doo. As always, peace and hair grease, and remember, Mr. Mean says be nice. Good night, everyone.